mechanism of action of drug. How drug will act. So drug may act on your body either by stimulation. For example, they will increase activity of your particular cells. For example, neuronal cell, yeah, cardiac cells, etc. etc. So stimulation. Stimulation means drug will increase the activity of your cells, particular cells. For example, in case of adrenaline, it will stimulate your heart, right? Now, next, drug either stimulate your cells, drug can either depress your cell. Okay, so there is depression means there is a decreased activity of particular cells, right? Now, for example, quinidine. Quinidine is an anti-arrhythmic drug. It is used in the cardiac arrhythmia. It will depress your heart. Again, morphine. It is a opioid analgesic used as a opioid painkiller or central pain reliever. So it will act on your CNS and it will depress your CNS, right? So drug may act as a stimulant. It may be act as a depressant. Drug may be act by stimulation or by depression. Examples I have given. Drug may either cause irritation to your cells. It will leads to inflammation, corrosion, and necrosis of cell. For example, if you try to inject a histamine, on your dermis or on your skin, it will lead a inflammation, corrosion, necrosis, swelling of the cells. Lastly, cells will die. So drug can either act by stimulation, depression, irritation, or it can act by replacement. For example, if there is a deficiency of body fluids, if there is a deficiency of your ions, if there is deficiency of your certain metabolites, if there is deficiency of your vitamins, then you can replace that. For example, in case of vitamin C, there is one disease known as scurvy. That is a deficiency disease of your vitamin C. So in that case, vitamin C you are giving externally as a drug, and that will act as a replacement therapy for the vitamins. Okay. So if there is a less metabolites in your body, if there is a deficiency of certain ions, for example, calcium ion or sodium ion or potassium ion. So in that case, you have to replenish that ions, that particular metabolite or that particular vitamin. Okay. So in that case, your drug may act as a replacement. Okay. Now your drug may act as a cytotoxic. Okay. Cytotoxic action, particularly for antibacterial drugs and anti-cancer. Cyto means what? Cyto, these four terms. Initial four spelling. Cyto means cell, and toxic means it will cause toxicity. So cytotoxic means any agent that will cause toxicity to the cell. Toxicity in the sense it will cause a death of cell. Okay. अगर कोई ड्रग सेल को मार रहा है तो उसको बोलते हैं साइटोटॉक्सिक एक्शन. It is known as a cytotoxic action. So mostly it is this kind of action is shown by your antibacterial drugs and anti-cancer drugs. Okay. Your antibacterial drugs means what will they do? They will cause a cell death of your bacteria. Okay. Or bacteria or microbes, whatever it is, fungus, bacteria, virus, etc. Antiviral drugs particularly. For example, remdesivir. It's now in a highlights. So remdesivir what will do remdesivir? As it is an antiviral drug, it will prevent the replication of DNA and the cell will die. So it will prevent the replication of DNA and it will decrease the viral load in your lungs or in anti-cancer drug. Mostly anti-cancer drug, they are also cytotoxic. They will also cause a death of cell, right? Cytotoxic action is mostly concerned with this anti-cancer drug. So antibacterial drug, they are acting on a foreign cell. They will not act on your cell. Please try to join on the time. Please, it's my request because it is not easy. Now, am I audible you clearly? We was discussing the mechanism of drug action. Drug may act as a stimulant. Okay, it will increase the activity of particular cell. It may act as a depressant. It may decrease the activity of particular cell. For example, quinidine in case of cardiac cell, morphine in case of CNS. It may act by irritation. It will cause inflammation, necrosis, and corrosion to the cell. For example, histamine. Or if you take example of salicylic acid. So salicylic acid is a corrosive. Okay, salicylic acid applied externally on the skin, it will act as a corrosion and it will remove dead skin. Then again, drug can be act as a replacement therapy in case of any deficiency is there. For example, any deficiency of metabolite, any deficiency of ions, any deficiency of vitamins. So for example, in case of scurvy, there is one disease called scurvy. It is due to the deficiency of vitamin C. In that case, you have to supply vitamin C external source. In that case, drug will act as a replacement. So drug may be stimulant, depressant, irritation, or replacement. Again, drug can act as a cytotoxic. Okay, cytotoxic means it will act as a toxic to the cell. Cyto means cell, toxic means death. So it will cause a death of cell. So particularly, antibacterial drug will cause the death of foreign microbial cells. Okay, so anti-cancer drug will cause death of our own cells, own cancerous cells, because cancer is nothing but the our own cells. We are not importing from other body. So cancer cell खुद का ही होता है ना, दूसरे का नहीं होता है. Drug will either act as cytotoxic to our own cell or cytotoxic to other invading organisms. Then drug can act as a by modifying your immunity system. So a drug may modify your immunity system. For example, in case of glucocorticoids and immunosuppressants. So if you are getting an allergy, in that case you have to use this steroidal anti-inflammatory. They will suppress your immunity. How drugs act? Drug act by, first, drug acts by through receptor. They act by through receptor, or by altering the enzymes, or by stimulating or inhibiting the enzymes, or by acting as an agonist, antagonist, or partial agonist to the receptors. And also they will change the permeability to the ion channels. Again, drug will show its physical action, or its chemical action, or its metabolic action. Okay, so physical action, chemical action, and by altering the metabolic process. We will see it in later. We will see it all these action later. So drug can act through receptors by altering the enzyme, by altering the permeability to the ion channels. Then drug can act physically by its physical mean. Drug can act by chemically reacting. Okay, again it can act by metabolic, changing in the metabolic process or altering the metabolic process. Is that clear? कहाँ ड्रग एक्ट हो सकता है? रिसेप्टर पे हो सकता है, एंजाइम पे एक्ट हो सकता है, आयन चैनल्स पे एक्ट हो सकता है, केमिकली इंटरेक्शन कर सकता है, फिजिकली एक्शन दिखा सकता है, और ड्रग आपका मेटाबॉलिक प्रोसेस अल्टर कर सकता है. ठीक है, हियर वी हैव टेबल in this first column. Here is a type of action. Okay, it may be either physical, chemical, or alteration of metabolic process, or act via receptor. Then again in the second column, subtype of that particular action, and in third column there are examples. Okay, so first we will see physical action. So drug can act by physically. Okay, how drug will act by physical action? I will explain. Suppose that you got a poisoning, food poisoning, or alkaloid poisoning. In that case, we have to use activated charcoal. This activated charcoal. Okay, so this activated charcoal, what will do? This activated charcoal will adsorb all the poison on the particles of charcoal. The poison will be adsorbed on the particles of this activated charcoal. Okay, now this is the adsorption. This is a physical phenomenon. This is a physical phenomenon. Now because of this physical phenomenon, your charcoal is acting as a drug, because drug is nothing but what is the drug? Drug is nothing but any agent that is used to treat, mitigate, prevent, or prophylaxis or diagnosis of diseases, right? So here in this case, your charcoal is acting as a drug. Charcoal will adsorb all the poison on itself, and that charcoal will be removed from the pieces. Okay, सपोज दैट आपको पॉइजनिंग हो गया अल्कोलॉइड्स का, तो उसमें क्या करेंगे, अपन चारकोल देंगे. जब एक्टिवेटेड चारकोल आपके पेट में जाएगा, तो जो भी आपके पेट में पॉइजन है, जो भी अल्कोलॉइड्स है या फिर जो भी फूड पॉइजनिंग हुआ है आपको, सो चारकोल उसके ऊपर, चारकोल क्या करेगा, वो पॉइजन को एब्सॉर्ब करेगा अपने खुद के ऊपर. सो दैट पॉइजन विल बी एब्सॉर्ब ऑन चारकोल and that charcoal will be removed from the pieces, right? So it will act as it will act by physical means, that is nothing but the adsorption. Now suppose that you have constipation, आपको constipation है, in that case you have to use laxative. Okay, so you are using this isabgol husk, right? So what this isabgol husk will do, when you take isabgol husk, it will go in your stomach, it will absorb all the waters, it will absorb all the water from surrounding, from the intestine and your stomach. So it will swell, it will increase the bulk, okay, it will increase its mass, right? And after increasing the mass or bulk, it will stimulate your GIT to increase the peristalsis, and because of that your whatever is constipation that can be relieved. ठीक है, और जो भी है बल्किनेस की वजह से उसका आपका जो पेरिस्टालसिस बढ़ जाएगा और आपका जो भी पेट का अंदर का कचरा है वो निकल जाएगा. That is nothing but it is acting by mass of drug. Okay, so it is also by acting by physical means. Then osmotic property. So suppose that mannitol is a osmotic diuretic. So whenever you will give mannitol to a patient, mannitol will be excreted from the kidney, and at the time of excretion, as mannitol is a osmotic property, it will go, ये अकेला नहीं जाएगा किडनी के बाहर, इसके साथ वाटर को लेके जाएगा. Okay, so it will not excreted along with mannitol, water will be also excreted. That is nothing but the diuresis. Means what is the excessive excretion of water using kidney, that is nothing but the diuresis, right? Increase in the urine formation, that is nothing but the diuresis. So mannitol will act as a osmotic diuretic by its osmotic property. Osmotic property is nothing but the physical property, right? Okay, so drug can act by its physical property or by chemical property. Now what are the chemical properties? Now drug can act as a, so this radioactivity and radioopacity, this physical property of agent, they are mostly used for the diagnosis purpose. They are not, but sometimes iodine 131, it is also used in the cancer of your thyroid. But most of them are used as a diagnostic agent. Barium sulfate enema, contrast media, etc. So these physical properties also useful in our medicines. Okay, so drug may act by its physical action, its chemical action. Now chemical action, see, antacids. In the case of antacids, see, if you got a acidity in your stomach, now you have to neutralize your acid in the stomach. So for that you are taking sodium bicarbonate, or you are taking aluminum hydroxide gel, you are taking magnesium trisilicate. So these drugs, they act chemically with the acid. Okay, so they will act chemically with the acid. There will be a reaction. Okay, all these are the basic compounds. They will act with the acid. There is a formation of salt and water. Okay, and that salt is not absorbed. Now this is a chemical reaction. So drug can act by chemically. Antacid. So that sodium bicarbonate is a systemic antacid. Okay, sodium bicarbonate, it can be absorbed in the systemic circulation and it will cause systemic alkalosis. So that's why sodium bicarbonate is systemic antacid. Your magnesium trisilicate, sodium carbonate, and your aluminum trisilicate, these are nothing but the non-systemic antacids. They all will neutralize your acid by chemically reacting with them. So drug can act physically as well as chemically. So KMNO4, chemically this KMNO4 is a germicidal. It will kill the germs, microbes. Okay, so KMNO4 it is not used internally. So it is just used for the disinfection. Okay, so KMNO4 by its oxidizing property will oxidize the important metabolites of the bacterial cell, and because of that oxidation, bacteria will die. Okay, so KMNO4 acting as an oxidizing agent on bacterial cell. So that's why KMNO4, that is potassium permanganate, is a germicidal or bactericidal, right? So drug can act by physical property of its physical means or by its chemical action. Physical action, chemical action, and then alteration of metabolic process. Now see, how drug can act by altering the metabolic process. So if you take a sulfonamides are nothing but the antibacterial drugs. Okay, so these drugs, what will they do? These drugs, they will prevent the formation of folic acid. Okay, they prevent the formation of folic acid, which is the essential, which is the important, which is the must component for bacterial growth, bacterial cell growth. Okay, so folic acid synthesis inhibitors, sulfonamides are nothing but the folic acid. But now this folic acid is also important in the bacterial cell as well as also important for our cells. But these sulfonamides will selectively inhibit the bacterial folate synthetase enzyme, the enzyme responsible for the folic acid synthesis, right? So drug can act by altering the metabolic process, right? Now drug can act by various kind of receptor like ion channels, G protein coupled receptor, kinase linked receptor, intracellular receptor. Yeah, these things we have seen in the previous lectures. Okay, so ion channels, they are known as ionotropic receptor. G protein coupled receptor, they are known as metabotropic kinase linked receptor. Here is a tyrosine kinase linked with the receptor, right? Intracellular receptor are also known as, they are known as a receptor that regulate the gene transcription, right? So okay, for ion channel, diazepam. So diazepam acts on a benzodiazepine receptor. So benzodiazepine receptor is nothing but the GABA, alpha subunit of GABA A receptor, right? So that is nothing but the ion channel. So diazepam will increase the permeability to chloride ion. So it will hyperpolarize the cell inside the cell, and it will inhibit, that will leads to depressant action. Okay, in the cells, right? In case of G protein coupled receptor, propranolol and beta adrenergic receptor, it will act on a beta adrenergic receptor. The kinase link also insulin receptor and its receptor, insulin and its receptor. So these are nothing but the kinase link. Intracellular receptor, they are for hormones. Okay, so drug can act by its physical action, by chemical action, and by altering the metabolic process, or by acting on a receptor. Is that clear? This is very important. Now here you see this activated charcoal, it is a physical action. Okay, once they have asked the question on this. So activated charcoal in the poisoning, what is the mechanism of it? So it acts by its physical action, that is adsorption, right? Now we'll see the next point. Next point is nothing but the what are the adverse drug reaction. Okay, so you might have seen, आपने सुना होगा कि ये ड्रग को ये adverse effect है, ये ड्रग को ये side effect है. So what do you mean by adverse drug reactions? So any noxious or undesired effect of drug used for prophylaxis, diagnosis or treatment, that is nothing but the adverse drug reaction. Any noxious undesired effect, okay, any other effect other than desired pharmacological action, that is nothing but the adverse drug reaction. For example, अगर आपको पैरासिटामोल दिया है हेडेक के लिए, सो हेडेक मीन्स पेन, ओके, सो पेन रिलीफ के लिए आपको पैरासिटामोल दिया है, तो उसने सिर्फ पेन ही रिलीव करना चाहिए, दूसरा कुछ कार्यक्रम नहीं करना चाहिए, ठीक है, नहीं तो फिर क्या करेगा वो, किडनी खराब करेगा. सो दैट विल बी एडवर्स इफेक्ट. सो एनी नॉक्शियस, एनी अनडिजायर्ड इफेक्ट अदर देन इट्स फार्माकोलॉजिकल इफेक्ट is known as a adverse drug reaction. Okay, so there is one branch of pharmacology known as a pharmacovigilance, which deals with the epidemiologic study of adverse drug reaction. So adverse drug reactions, they are studied in the pharmacovigilance. Is that clear? Now we'll see other terms related to adverse drug reactions. Now what do you mean by side effect? Okay, what do you mean by side effect? It is a common term. Okay, what is the side effect? Side effect. So side effect is nothing but it is type of adverse drug reaction. Okay, but this side effect is predictable. It is predictable, and it may be either extension of pharmacological action or it may not be extension. Okay, side effect is nothing but it is a predictable adverse drug reaction, and it may or may not be extension of pharmacological effect. Okay, for example, dryness of mouth by atropine. So atropine is given to decrease the heart rate. Atropine is given in the poisoning of pure organophosphorus. Okay, so in that case atropine should act whatever the purpose is. आपका पर्पस क्या है? हार्ट रेट कम करना है, तो atropine ने सिर्फ हार्ट रेट कम करना चाहिए, लेकिन वो क्या करता है? हार्ट रेट तो कम करता ही है, उसके साथ में ड्राइनेस ऑफ माउथ करता है. सो ड्राइनेस ऑफ माउथ इज नथिंग बट द एडवर्स इफेक्ट ऑफ atropine in that case. Okay, so in case of poisoning, आपको ड्राइनेस ऑफ माउथ इज डिजायरेबल. देयर विल बी टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स, डिजायरेबल एक्शन, अनडिजायरेबल एक्शन. इट मे वेरी डिपेंडिंग ऑन द सिचुएशन. ठीक है, आपको सिचुएशन क्या है कि एट्रोपिन पॉइजनिंग में अगर यूज कर रहे हैं एट्रोपिन आप, तो उस इफ यू आर यूजिंग एट्रोपिन फॉर पॉइजनिंग, फॉर द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ पॉइजनिंग, देन इट इज ड्राइनेस ऑफ माउथ इज डिजायरेबल. बिकॉज सी, पॉइजनिंग में क्या होता है कि आपके मुंह से झाग आता है, देयर विल बी फ्रॉथिंग फ्रॉम योर माउथ, सो दैट इज अनडिजायरेबल. तो उस समय क्या है, आपका झाग वगैरह जाना चाहिए, आपका झाग रिमूव हो जाना चाहिए. So in that case, atropine will act as a pharmacological desired action. Okay, but in case of if you are giving atropine to decrease the heart rate and it is causing the dryness of mouth, then it is a adverse effect, right? And if you are using atropine for poisoning, it is decreasing your heart rate. In that case, that decreasing heart rate is nothing but the adverse effect. So it depends on the situation. Okay, just remember, side effect means it is nothing but these kind of effects are predictable, and they are nothing but the extension of pharmacological actions. Right, now next term is untoward effect. What do you mean by untoward effect? Untoward effect is nothing but it is also a type of adverse reaction, and it is a undesired effect produced by therapeutic dose of drug. Okay, it is a undesired effect produced by therapeutic dose of. So for example, if any patient is on diuretic drugs, okay, so diuretic drug, what should ideally they do? They should ideally cause diuresis only. ओके, अगर डायूरेटिक ड्रग दे रहे हैं आप, तो उन्होंने क्या करना चाहिए? सिर्फ डायूरेसिस करना चाहिए, बाकी के लफड़े में नहीं पड़ना. लेकिन वो क्या करते हैं? डायूरेसिस के साथ साथ पोटेशियम का लॉस करते हैं. सो इन दैट केस द पोटेशियम लॉस इज नथिंग बट द अनटोवर्ड इफेक्ट. एक्चुअली इट इज अ एडवर्स इफेक्ट ऑफ ऑलमोस्ट ऑल डायूरेटिक्स. सो दे विल कॉज पोटेशियम लॉस एक्सेप्ट पोटेशियम sparing डायूरेटिक्स. So they will not cause loss of potassium. So all other diuretics will cause loss of potassium. That is nothing but the untoward effect. Untoward effect means undesired effect produced by therapeutic dose of drug. That is potassium loss due to use of diuretics. That is the example. Okay. Now next point. So what is next? Toxic effect. So toxic effect means it is due to high dose of drug. The adverse effect, undesired effect due to high dose of drug. That is nothing but the toxic effect. For example, respiratory depression by morphine. Morphine causes respiratory depression. Okay. So if you use a normal morphine in a therapeutic dose, it will not depress your respiratory system much. But if you are increasing the dose, जैसे ही आप डोज बढ़ाओगे वो रेस्पिरेटरी को डिप्रेशन कर देगा. So that is nothing but the toxic effect of the drug. Okay. Again, hepatotoxicity by paracetamol. So paracetamol is nothing but analgesic antibiotic, right? So you are using the paracetamol for to decrease the temperature, to decrease the pain. But if you use paracetamol chronically, if you use paracetamol for long term, if you use paracetamol beyond the prescribed doses, means high dose. अगर आपने paracetamol का high dose लिया बहुत दिनों तक, लंबे समय तक, तो it will cause hepatotoxicity. So that is a toxic effect. So these are the adverse effect of drug, right? So it may be either side effect, untoward effect, toxic effect. Another one is there known as intolerance. So intolerance means what? If you are not able to tolerate the drug, if your body is not accepting the drug, जैसे ही आपने ड्रग दिया वैसे ही आपकी बॉडी ने उसको रिजेक्ट किया मतलब क्या करेगी बॉडी उसको बाहर फेंक देगी. कैसे? एक तो आपको डायरिया हो जाएगा या फिर आपको वोमिटिंग हो जाएगा. So that is known as intolerance because your body is not accepting the drug. Drugs are nothing but they are the foreign to our body. Okay, so it is nothing but the intolerance. These are the common terms related with the side effect, related with the adverse drug reaction, right? So side effect, untoward effect, toxic effect, and intolerance. You must be clear about this, right? Now we'll see different types of adverse drug reaction. So this table is very important for GPAT as well as NIPOR and other kind of exams. So adverse drug reaction. Okay. So there are different types of adverse drug reaction. We have listed all the type of reaction in the column first. There are synonyms and what happens in these reactions. It is mentioned over here and along with their examples. I will explain this chart. ठीक है. एडवांस ड्रग रिएक्शन जो होते हैं वो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि जीपैट में आता है. इस इवन जीपैट 21 में भी क्वेश्चन आया था रिगार्डिंग एडवांस ड्रग रिएक्शन. एडवांस ड्रग रिएक्शन टाइप ए, टाइप बी, टाइप सी, टाइप डी, टाइप ई एंड टाइप एफ. एक्चुअली इतने सारे नहीं होते. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स ब्रॉडली अगर ब्रॉडली क्लासिफाई करेंगे उसको तो दो ही होते हैं, टाइप ए एंड टाइप बी. सो टाइप सी, टाइप डी एंड टाइप ई, ऑल दीज आर नथिंग बट दे आर द subtypes of type B adverse drug. They are the subtypes of majorly there is a two types of adverse drug reaction, type A and type B. Now type A adverse drug reaction. So type A adverse drug reaction, they are also known as augmented adverse drug reaction. A for augmentation. Type A is known as augmented adverse drug reaction, and most of them these adverse drug reactions are because of the extension of pharmacological effect. Okay, so extension of pharmacological effect. This type A adverse reaction is because of extension of pharmacological. I will explain. These kind of reactions, adverse drug reaction, type A, they are predictable and dose dependent. For example, so if anybody is diabetic in your house, if anybody is diabetic in your relative, he or she is taking your insulin. Okay, right? अगर डॉक्टर ने आपको इंसुलिन प्रिस्क्राइब किया है डायबिटीज में आपका शुगर लेवल लो करने के लिए, तो अगर आपको डायबिटीज में इंसुलिन का 1 ml इंजेक्शन लेने के लिए बोला है, 1 cc इंजेक्शन लेने के लिए बोला है आपको टू कंट्रोल द शुगर लेवल, और आपने क्या किया 5 ml लिए, तो व्हाट विल हैपन? व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ इंसुलिन टू डिक्रीज द ब्लड शुगर लेवल अप टू नॉर्मल होने के लिए डॉक्टर ने आपको 1 ml इंजेक्शन लेने के लिए बोला है, आपने लिया 5 ml. ओके, तो 5 ml लेने के बाद क्या होगा कि आपका जो नॉर्मल ब्लड शुगर लेवल है उतना तो कम हो जाएगा, उससे भी ज्यादा कम हो जाएगा. मींस योर ब्लड शुगर लेवल विल डिक्रीज बिलो द नॉर्मल, एंड दैट इज नथिंग बट द एडवर्स ड्रग रिएक्शन. ओके, सो इट इज नथिंग बट द ऑगमेंटेड और एक्सटेंशन ऑफ फार्माकोलॉजिकल एक्शन. So what is the pharmacological action of insulin or oral hypoglycemic agent? So that is nothing but to decrease the sugar level up to normal, but you are using in a more dose, that's why it is decreasing the sugar level below its normal level. Okay, that is nothing but the extension of pharmacological action is to decrease the blood sugar level. So that is nothing but the type A adverse drug reaction, that is known as augmented or extension of pharmacological action. They are predictable. आपको मालूम होगा अगर इंसुलिन का इंजेक्शन ज्यादा लिया तो ऑब्वियसली आपका ब्लड शुगर ज्यादा कम हो जाएगा. तो दे आर डोज डिपेंडेंट एंड प्रेडिक्टेबल. हाइपोग्लाइसेमिया कॉज्ड बाय इंसुलिन और ओरल हाइपोग्लाइसेमिक, दैट आर नथिंग बट द टाइप ए एडवर्स ड्रग रिएक्शन. नाउ वी विल सी टाइप बी. सो टाइप बी एडवर्स ड्रग रिएक्शन, दे आर नोन एज अ बिजर और they are known as a bizarre type of adverse drug reaction. Bizarre means what? Bizarre means you don't have any idea about what will happen. That is nothing but the bizarre. They are either idiosyncratic. So they are bizarre or idiosyncratic. I will explain this in upcoming slides, each and everything. Here just remember type B is a bizarre type of reactions or idiosyncratic. So they are unpredictable. Here you can predict because of dose अगर ज्यादा डोज देंगे तो ज्यादा एक्शन मिलेगा ना उसका, अगर ज्यादा इंसुलिन का डोज लेंगे तो ज्यादा ब्लड शुगर लेवल कम हो जाए, बिलो तो नॉर्मल हो गया तो उसको टाइप ए बोलेंगे। लेकिन यहाँ पे क्या है, दे आर डोज इंडिपेंडेंट। टाइप बी एडवर्स रिएक्शन आर डोज इंडिपेंडेंट एंड अनप्रेडिक्टेबल, you cannot predict what will happen. So example, allergic reactions by penicillins. So I would like to say here one example. C. So penicillins are, they have antigenic property. They cause anaphylaxis. Okay. So they cause allergic reactions and anaphylaxis in some patients. Not so किसमें करेंगे किसमें नहीं करेंगे किसी को मालूम, डॉक्टर को भी मालूम नहीं होता। So उसमें क्या होगा, मेरी क्लासमेट थी और उसको जस्ट नॉर्मल सर्दी खांसी हो गई, वो डॉक्टर के पास गई, लोकल डॉक्टर था वहाँ पे, मतलब ही वाज नॉट अ क्वालिफाइड, वेल क्वालिफाइड एमबीबीएस और एमडी, ही वाज जस्ट अ लोकल डॉक्टर, बीएमएस और बीएचएमएस, आई डोंट नो। सो वो मेरी क्लासमेट उसके पास गई, डॉक्टर को दिखाया, उसने क्या किया, उसको इंजेक्शन दे दिया, इसका पेनिसिलिन का। जैसे ही पेनिसिलिन का इंजेक्शन दे दिया, उसके बाद दूसरे दिन उसका पूरा शरीर सूज गया, ठीक है। So there was edema on whole body. There was a edema. Then there was a inflammation. There was a burns. There was a skin reaction. Okay, and that girl was in a ICU for 1 month. Okay, no doubt she was survived, but she was having a huge loss of finance. Okay, so उसको कम से कम 1.5 या 2 लाख रुपए खर्चा आ गया। Okay, so this type of reaction they are known as a unpredictable or bizarre type of reaction. Okay, so bizarre type of reaction, type B, B for bizarre, A for augmented, or right, B for bizarre. So idiosyncratic reactions I will explain it in the upcoming. Just remember here, type C are known as a chronic reaction or chronic adverse effect. Type C, C for chronic. Chronic means what? If you are using any drug chronically, then whatever adverse effect are getting, that is nothing but the chronic adverse effect. For example, if you are using these analgesic antipyretic drugs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs for a longer time, then obviously this drug will cause peptic ulcers. So that type of adverse reaction they are known as a chronic effect. Type C. Type D is a delayed type of adverse reaction. Type D is a delayed type of adverse reaction. D for delayed, C for chronic, B for bizarre, A for augmented. You can remember easily. A for augmented, B for bizarre, C for chronic, D for delayed. So what do you mean by delayed? Delayed means it is delaying. So all these reactions are immediately 12 to 14 hours, 12 to 1 to 12 hours. In the 1 to 12 hours, all these reactions you will get either immediately or after some time, before 12 hours. All these reactions, type A and type B. But as far as delayed reactions are concerned, they are delayed. Means the reactions will be, the symptoms of reaction will be appearing after 48 hours. Okay. So that is nothing but the type D, that is delayed, or maybe up to 1 year. Okay. So for example, teratogenicity caused by thalidomide. Teratogenicity I have explained in the previous term. If there is a damage to the fetus, okay. For example, ये thalidomide नाम का एक drug होता है, that is used for motion sickness. Nowadays it is not used, but previously it was used for to control the morning sickness. जो प्रेग्नेंट वुमन्स होते हैं उनके मॉर्निंग में उनको जो सिकनेस होता है या फिर वोमिटिंग होता है, उसके लिए कंट्रोल करने के लिए थैलिडोमाइड नाम का ड्रग यूज कर देते। इसके यूज के कारण क्या हुआ है, तो वो मदर्स को तो कुछ नहीं हुआ, मदर्स वाज नॉट हैविंग एनी एडवर्स रिएक्शंस। फीटल एब्नॉर्मलिटी, जो भी उनके पेट में बच्चा था उनको उस बच्चे को एब्नॉर्मलिटी क्या किया, उनका लिम्ब डेवलपमेंट, उनके हाथ ही नहीं डेवलप हुए, उनके पैर नहीं डेवलप, एब्सेंस ऑफ लिम्स, दैट इज नोन एज अ फोकोमेलिया। Okay, so thalidomide will cause phocomelia if it is used in the pregnant woman. It was banned. Nowadays, no one use thalidomide for any kind of element. So thalidomide causes teratogenicity, and that is a type reaction. That is a type D reaction. That is a delayed. Okay, so delayed means it will not show immediately. So type A and type B will show immediately. This will be delayed. Chronic, it is also a little bit delayed, but it is not comes under delay. ठीक है, आपने अगर 1 महीना 1 या 2 महीने आपने कंटिन्यूसली मान लीजिए कि पैरासिटामोल का डोज लिया, तो आपको पेप्टिक अल्सर डिसीज, पेप्टिक अल्सर बन जाएगा, पेट में अल्सर बन जाएगा, आपके पेट में जख्म बन जाएगा। टाइप ई इज आफ्टर ट्रीटमेंट इफेक्ट। सो आफ्टर ट्रीटमेंट इफेक्ट टाइप ई, एक्चुअली all these type C, D, E, F all comes under type E. There are not separately, but I have mentioned these separately to understand. So type E means after treatment effect. E for withdrawal symptom of morphine. Example, अगर किसी को मॉर्फिन की लत लग गई है, इफ एनीबडी इज एडिक्टेड टू ए मॉर्फिन, इफ एनीबडी इज एडिक्टेड टू ए मॉर्फिन एंड अगर उसमें मॉर्फिन लेने की लत लग गई तो उसको कंटिन्यूसली मॉर्फिन लेना है, डेली मॉर्फिन लेता है। अगर उसने कंटिन्यूसली, मान लीजिए कि वो पेशेंट और वो एडिक्टेड पर्सन ही इज टेकिंग मॉर्फिन फॉर कंटिन्यूसली फॉर 1 मंथ एंड सडन इफ यू आर विथड्रॉइंग दैट मॉर्फिन फ्रॉम हिम, अगर कोई बंदा है कि कंटिन्यूसली मॉर्फिन ले रहा है एक हर दिन में, लेकिन आपने क्या किया, सडनली एक दिन उसका मॉर्फिन का इंजेक्शन कहीं छुपा दिया या कहीं फेंक दिया, तो उसको क्या होगा, विड्रॉल रिस्पॉन्स मिलेगा कि वो पागल हो जाएगा, वो खुद का सर पटक लेगा या फिर दीवार को सर मार देगा या फिर खुद की नस काट देगा, कुछ भी कर सकता है, कैन डू एनीथिंग। सो दैट इज एडिक्टेड पर्सन एंड दैट सिम्टम्स दैट पेशेंट इज नॉट ईटिंग ए पर्टिकुलर ड्रग, दैट इज नोन एज अ विड्रॉल सिम्टम्स और विड्रॉल रिस्पॉन्स। ये और एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ, अगर किसी को अल्कोहल की लत लग गई है, इफ एनीबडी इज एडिक्टेड टू अल्कोहल एंड इफ ही इज ड्रिंकिंग अल्कोहल डेली फॉर 1 मंथ, ओके, एक महीने में वो डेली ड्रिंक कर रहा है अल्कोहल और 31st डे 31वें दिन में आपने क्या किया, वो अल्कोहल का बाटली छुपा दिया और अल्कोहल का बाटली फेंक दिया, शराब का बॉटल फेंक दिया, तो उसमें क्या होगा, उसमें विड्रॉल सिम्टम्स मिलेगा कि वो ड्रग के बिना, मतलब वो अल्कोहल के बिना जी नहीं सकता ऐसा वो। सो व्हाट विल ही डू, वो अपना खुद का सर पटक लेगा या फिर कोई रोएगा, चिल्लाएगा, नस काट लेगा आपकी, एनीथिंग वी कैन डू। सो दैट इज नथिंग बट द विड्रॉल सिम्टम। So type E adverse drug reaction, they are nothing but the withdrawal response after drug addiction. Type E means failure to therapy, right? So these are the adverse drug reaction. ये इसमें slowly इतना बोल रहा हूँ मैं क्योंकि type A, type B, type C, type D, type E, type F. So A means augmented due to pharmacological response. Type B means bizarre due to unpredictable and dose independent. Type C chronic use of drug. Type C, type D delayed. Okay, and type E is due to withdrawal effect. Type F is nothing but the failure to. So now we'll see one by one. Broadly, adverse drug reactions are classified into 2 types: predictable, non-predictable. Okay, so predictable or unpredictable. There are 2 types of adverse drug reaction broadly: predictable, non-predictable. Predictable means you can predict them. Unpredictable means you cannot predict them. Okay, so you can say just it is a type A, it is a type B. You can say it is type A adverse drug reaction, it is type B. So in case of type B, there are again three subtypes: allergic reactions or hypersensitivity reaction, then cytotoxic or pseudo-allergic reactions, and then idiosyncratic or genetic defect, or it is also known as idiosyncrasy. Idiosyncrasy, unpredictable means you cannot predict. ड्रग का एलर्जी हो गया या फिर ड्रग का टॉक्सिटी हो गया, एलर्जी हो गया लेकिन उसका कॉज मालूम नहीं, दैट इज idiosyncratic. Okay, so in that case also, in case of allergy, they are also further divided into 4 types: type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. Okay, type 1 is known as immediate type of hypersensitivity reaction or hypersensitivity or allergic reaction. Type 1 allergic reaction, they are immediate. Type 2 are autoallergy. Type 3 are complement mediated allergic reaction. Type 4 are delayed or cell mediated hypersensitivity reaction. Okay, so there are 2 types of adverse drug reactions: predictable, then unpredictable. In case of unpredictable, you have another 3: allergic, cytotoxic, or idiosyncratic, right? In case of allergic, you have further 4 types: type 1, that is immediate type of allergy; type 2, that is autoallergy; type 3, complement mediated allergy; and type 4 is a delayed or cell mediated allergy, right? Now we will see here, you can see on the screen type 1 reactions or type 1 allergic reaction, or it is known as a immediate type of reactions. So in that case, your drug, जो भी आपने ड्रग लिया है, और ड्रग that will cause a reaction, or you can call them as it as a allergens means any, it can be a drug, it can be a pollen grains, it can be a protein molecule, it can be a your sugar molecule, anything. Okay, so for instance, take a, so in that case, type first reaction, drug will combine with your mast cell. Okay, so there are different there are a lot of mast cell in your body. Okay, ये mast cell होते हैं, उसमें केमिकल्स होते हैं, जैसे आपका mast cell में होता है आपका हिस्टामाइन, ल्यूकोट्राइन, प्रोस्टाग्लैंडिन्स. Okay, so these chemicals are present in the mast cells. Okay, so your drug will combine with mast cell and there will be disruption of mast cell. Okay, there will be mast cell will be broken. So mast cell will release all the chemicals like histamine, leukotriene, prostaglandin, and these chemicals are nothing but these are the responsible for the inflammation, then your vasodilation, then your edema, then your pain, then your bronchospasm. Okay, so आपका ड्रग आपको मास्ट सेल के साथ कंबाइन होगा, मास्ट सेल को ब्रेक कर देगा, ब्रेक करने के बाद ये केमिकल्स रिलीज होंगे, कौन से, हिस्टामाइन, ल्यूकोट्राइन, प्रोस्टाग्लैंडिन. दिस विल कॉज vasodilation, bronchoconstriction, inflammation, pain, allergic reaction. Okay, so अगर ये सब reactions है, all these reactions, vasodilation, bronchoconstriction, allergic reaction, edema, if it is localized to a particular area, then you can call it as a urticaria. Urticaria अगर ये एक ही जगह पे है, localized है, specific area में है, उसको बोलेंगे urticaria. Okay, अगर ये ड्रग सिस्टमिक है और जनरलाइज है और बॉडी के ऑल ओवर पार्ट में है, मान लीजिए आपने एक ड्रग लिया, वो ड्रग ने क्या किया, आपको सुबह पता चला कि आपके कान के नीचे थोड़ा सा इरिटेशन जैसा हो गया, तो उसको बोलते हैं यूट्रिकेरिया. अगर आपने ड्रग लिया, कल सुबह आपको पता चला कि आपके पूरे बॉडी के ऊपर फोड़े आ गए, so that is known as a severe generalized anaphylaxis. Okay, severe generalized anaphylaxis. Okay, so type first reaction, they are known as anaphylactic or allergic reactions, right? So यहाँ पे anaphylaxis हो जाएगा. So for example, in case of anaphylaxis, your adrenaline is a drug of choice. Adrenaline use करते हैं anaphylactic shocks के लिए, anaphylactic reactions. So type first reaction, they are immediate type, immediately मिल जाएंगे आपको. अगर आप for example, अगर आपको मधुमक्खी ने काट लिया, अगर आपको मधुमक्खी ने काट लिया, आपके गाल के ऊपर मधुमक्खी ने किस किया, तो क्या होगा, मधुमक्खी जो है बीज, हनी बीज, it will release a histamine, it will release a antigen in your that particular area. तो वहाँ पे क्या होगा, वो antigen histamine will release, will break the mast cells, will cause vasodilation, edema, bronchoconstriction, then pain, inflammation, swelling. वो हो जाएगा आपके गाल के ऊपर, तो उसको बोलेंगे localized urticaria. वही आपका वही पॉइजन आपको पूरे बॉडी में फैल गया, वही आपका, मान लीजिए एस्टिक एसिड होता है, एस्टिक एसिड इंजेक्ट किया लोकली, तो लोकल यूटिकेरिया होगा. लेकिन एस्टिक एसिड अगर आपका पूरे बॉडी में फैल गया, पूरे बॉडी में आपका जनरलाइज्ड सीवियर हो गया, इसको बोलते हैं एनाफाइलेक्सिस. सो दैट विल बी एनाफाइलेक्सिस. इन दैट केस ड्रग ऑफ चॉइस इज नथिंग बट द एड्रेनालिन. रिमेंबर, एड्रेनालिन इज द ड्रग ऑफ चॉइस इन केस ऑफ योर एनाफाइलेटिक रिएक्शंस. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, एड्रेनालिन, it is a drug of choice in anaphylaxis, right? Now type second reactions, they are known as autoallergy. Autoallergy, type second reaction are known as autoallergic reactions. Now what happens what happens in this case, type second, your drug will itself is inactive, it is not a antigen, your drug is not antigen itself, but your drug after going in a particular tissue, वो आपके पर्टिकुलर टिश्यू में जाने के बाद उसका एक्टिवेशन हो जाता है एज अ एंटीजन. सो इनिशियली योर ड्रग इज नॉट एंटीजन, सो आफ्टर इट्स लोकलाइज और आफ्टर इट्स टिश्यू लोकलाइजेशन, व्हेन योर ड्रग विल गो इनटू ए पर्टिकुलर टिश्यू एंड नाउ टिश्यू विल मेक योर ड्रग एज अ एंटीजन. सो योर टिश्यू विल मेक योर ड्रग एज अ एंटीजन, एंड इन दैट, because now it is antigen, in the response of that body will produce antibodies. Now this is antigen, now it is antibody, now this antigen antibody will react with it. That is nothing but the antigen antibody reactions. Okay, antigen antibody reactions हो जाएंगे. यहाँ पे क्या है, आपका ड्रग, आपकी बॉडी आपके ड्रग को एंटीजन समझ रही है टाइप फर्स्ट में. टाइप सेकंड में क्या हो रहा है, बॉडी नहीं समझ रही एंटीजन, लेकिन पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गन समझ रहा है. ठीक है, आपके बॉडी में ड्रग है तो वो सब में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो जाएगा. डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होने के बाद मान लीजिए कि आपका ड्रग गया लीवर में, या फिर मान लीजिए आपका ड्रग गया किडनी में या फिर लंग्स में, तो एक पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गन ऐसा होगा कि वो ऑर्गन ड्रग वहां जाने के बाद भी बिकम एंटीजन टू द होस्ट सेल, के बॉडी के लिए एंटीजन बने पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गन में. तो उस टाइम पे क्या होगा, उसके अगेंस्ट में एंटीबॉडीज बनाएंगे. तो वो एंटीबॉडीज बनने के बाद वो एंटीबॉडी उसको न्यूट्रलाइज करने के लिए एक एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी रिएक्शन होता है. दैट इज नथिंग बट द टाइप सेकंड रिएक्शन. और वो एंटीबॉडी एंटीजन रिएक्शन में जो होता है कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस, उसको बोलते हैं टाइप सेकंड रिएक्शन. सो दैट इज thrombocytopenia, then hemolysis will occur. That is nothing but the type second. So that antibody antigen reaction will cause hemolysis or thrombocytopenia. Okay. So drug causing such type of autoallergy, example is chloramphenicol. It is an antibiotic. amino activity. Then methyl dopa is there. It is a methyl dopa. Then quinine is there. So these kind of drug will cause type 2 allergic reactions. That is nothing but the autoallergy. Is clear? Type 1, type 2. So what is type 3? Type 3 allergic reaction, they are nothing but the complement fixation. Okay, complement mediated or complement. Now in this case, in the previous case, see, type 1st and type 2nd. In the previous case, type 1st and type 2nd, your drug is not producing, your drug is antigen and there is no antibody. आपके बॉडी में कोई एंटीबॉडी प्री फॉर्म नहीं है. देयर इज नो प्री फॉर्म एंटीबॉडीज इन केस ऑफ type 1st and type 2nd reaction. Okay, so your drug will look like an antigen. Again, that they will produce antibody, right, in type 1st and type 2nd. But what happens in the type 3 reactions? What happens in the type 3 reaction? You are already, whatever antibodies are there in the body, they will react with drug will be treated as an antigen in your body, and it will be, your body will try to neutralize it by pre-formed, और जो भी बॉडी में एंटीबॉडीज है प्री फॉर्म, उसको एंटीबॉडी से न्यूट्रलाइज करने का ट्राई करें. ओके, योर बॉडी. सो इन टाइप 3 रिएक्शंस, drug will act as antigen and your pre-formed antibodies will try to neutralize it. So now this drug antibody complex will deposit in your cell wall and vascular walls. There will be activation of complement system, cause allergic reaction or inflammation in the tissue. So manifestation of disease like glomerulonephritis or serum sickness. Okay, so in case of type 3 allergy, a drug will combine with your body, antibodies in your body, and that will leads to complement fixation reactions and allergic inflammation reactions. Okay, तो अगर कोई ड्रग आपके बॉडी में जाता है, वो एंटीबॉडी के साथ कंबाइन होता है कि आपकी बॉडी उसको एंटी जनरेट करेंगी, और ऑलरेडी जो एंटीबॉडीज है बॉडी में वो उसके साथ रिएक्ट होंगे. उसके बाद जो इन्फ्लेमेशन, एलर्जिक रिएक्शन जो पर्टिकुलर टिश्यू में होगा, उसको बोलते हैं टाइप 3 रिएक्शन, टाइप 3 एलर्जिक रिएक्शन और complement mediated reactions. Okay, so for example, if any drug is able to cause glomerulonephritis, अगर आपका ड्रग, कोई ड्रग आपको किडनी खराब करता है, ओके, किडनी खराब करता है या फिर नेफ्राइटिस करता है या फिर सीरम सिकनेस करता है, so that is because of type 3 adverse drug reaction, type 3 allergic reaction, right? Type 4. Now type 4. So type 4 reactions are nothing but the delayed or cell mediated allergy. Delayed means what? They may appear, the symptoms of this kind of allergic reactions may appear after 48 hours, 48 to up to 1 month, maybe up to 1 year. Okay, so those reactions are known as a type 4 or delayed or cell mediated allergic reaction. And in this case, your T lymphocytes are there. Okay, they will act as antibody T lymphocytes. So there will be activation of T lymphocytes, and after that there will be a manifestation, there will be allergic reaction, there will be consequence of that. Okay, now here there is one more term known as idiosyncrasy. There is one more term known as idiosyncrasy. So what is idiosyncrasy? In the simple word, I would like to explain you what is meant by idiosyncratic. Idiosyncratic reactions or idiosyncrasy. Okay, so idiosyncrasy means what? All these reactions, type A, type B, type 3, type 1 allergic reaction, type 2nd, type 3rd, type 4. Okay, all these allergic reactions, they are because of our, in that reactions there is no any genetic defect. ये जो type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4 allergic reactions है या फिर hypersensitivity reactions है, इसमें क्या हो रहा है? ड्रग और एंटीबॉडीज का रिएक्शन हो रहा है. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे कोई, लेकिन अगर ये एलर्जिक रिएक्शंस या फिर ये हाइपरसेंसिटिव रिएक्शंस, इफ इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ एनी डिफेक्ट इन द जेनेटिक्स, देन दे आर नोन एज इडियोसिंक्रेटिक रिएक्शंस और इडियोसिंक्रेसी. ओके, सो फॉर एग्जांपल, few patients or few people, they are deficient in the glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase, this G6PD enzyme, glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme. So mostly जो black races होते हैं, जो काले लोग होते हैं, उसमें ये नहीं होता है glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase. So there is absence of this enzyme in those patients. और जो black लोग होते हैं, जैसे आपको वहाँ पे होता है ना केनिया में या फिर साउथ अफ्रीका में, जो ब्लैक रेसेस होते हैं, जो ब्लैक लोग, काले लोग जो होते हैं, उनमें क्या होता है, ग्लूकोज 6 फॉस्फेट डीहाइड्रोजिनेस नाम का एंजाइम का डिफेक्ट होता है, उसमें उनमें होता ही नहीं। तो अगर उनमें कोई ड्रग्स होते हैं जो, there are certain drugs which if used in such a patient, the patient which is not having glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme, so in that patient if we use a drug like primaquine, nalidixic acid, quinine, then sulfonamides, then phenytoin, such drugs will cause hemolysis. Such drug will cause breakdown of RBCs and they will suffer from hemolytic anemia. So that's why some drugs are contraindicated, some drugs are not given in the patient who are having defect in the glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme, or those patient who, those people who are not having glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme. In that case, you cannot use primaquine, nalidixic acid, quinidine, or phenytoin or sulfa drugs. So they will cause hemolytic anemia. They will break down RBC in such patient. उसका भी mechanism है यहाँ पे बोलता हूँ. So if any patient is deficient of glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme, जैसे वो पेशेंट बोलता है निग्रोज जिसको बोलते हैं अपन, निग्रोज जो काले लोग होते हैं, तो उनमें क्या होता है, ग्लूकोज 6 फॉस्फेट डीहाइड्रोजिनेज का डिफिशियंसी होता है, उसमें वो एंजाइम होता ही नहीं, ठीक है, या फिर बहुत कम होता है। तो उनमें अगर अपन ये प्राइमाक्विन, नैलिडिक्सिक एसिड या फिर क्विनिडीन या फिर सल्फर ड्रग्स या फिर फिनिटोइन अगर देंगे तो उनमें क्या होगा, हिमोलाइसिस होगा, देयर विल बी hemolytic anemia. If we use such kind of drug in the Negroes who are deficient in the glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme, in that case this drug will cause a hemolytic anemia. Hemolytic anemia will be there in such a patient. Okay, so suppose that their RBC does not have glucose phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme, so there will be no production of glutathione that is responsible for the conversion of your फेरिकाइन टू फेरासाइन. ओके, सो अगर ये नहीं होगा तो फेरिकाइन नहीं बनेगा, सो देयर विल बी फेरासाइन. ओके, सो फेरासाइन जो है दैट इज यूजलेस, दैट विल नॉट कैरी ऑक्सीजन द आरबीसी. सो टू कैरी ऑक्सीजन इन द आरबीसी, iron should be in a ferric form. Okay, and for that ferric form you need a glutathione reduction of glutathione. Okay, and if it is not there, so there will be accumulation of ferrocyanide, and that is not carrying oxygen. And now in that case if any oxidant is used, any drug is given, if these drug are given, they will cause rupture of your RBCs and breakdown of your RBCs, and that will lead to hemolytic anemia. So that's why primaquine, nalidixic acid, then quinidine, then phenytoin, then sulfonamides, these drugs are not used in the patient with deficiency of glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase. So these type of reaction, there is a genetic defect. That's why there is no glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase in such. Negroes में क्या होता है, Negroes में ये enzyme नहीं होता है, क्यों? There is a genetic defect, and due to genetic defect there is a hemolytic anemia, hemolysis, and such kind of adverse reaction, they are known as a idiosyncratic reaction. Idiosyncrasy. Okay, idiosyncrasy means if adverse reaction is because of genetic origin,